has RSV virus. She has human enterovirus and she has rhinovirus. She went into a 10-minute long tonic-clonic seizure. I have no idea what's going on here. Boing! You got a bit of a hair that's going boing! Say hi! We are going to interrupt our planned set of vlogs and try and get a vlog up in real time instead. We'll see how we go. If this comes up on Friday the 4th of October, then I will have actually managed to get it up on the day I film it. Usually my vlogs are about a week or two behind, some vlogs even longer, just because, you know, life keeps happening and it happens at a pace. You can tell where we are, can't you? We are in hospital. Yes, oh, and now I'm about to pour coffee over my child. Let's not do that. That will not make me look very good, will it? Where do we start? Do we start with the diagnosis or do we start with how come you're in here? So she's been a bit snotty, which we've noticed for a while. And whenever Elin has a bit of a cold, she goes into really nasty seizures and really nasty vomiting. This is her go-to. Oh, I have a bit of a cold. And that is effectively what she's done this time. So on Wednesday, Dad took her into hospital for vomiting. He wasn't seeing any significant seizures then. I took over in the afternoon and she went into a 10-minute long tonic-clonic seizure. Whew! I don't usually see that with Elin. Elin's seizures are very short, but they tend to cluster. So she'll have a short seizure come out, short seizure come out, short seizure come out. And this is the first time that I've seen her go ongoing for 10 minutes. So I did not like that whatsoever. We gave her the buckle and she stopped, but she only stopped for about 10 minutes and then it came back. And then lorazepam, she stopped seizing. And with the seizures, she had fever spikes. And I wasn't really in a position to say she gets a fever spike and she starts seizing, i.e. it's a febrile convulsion, or she seizes and her temperature goes up. And I still can't say. I actually don't know. What came first, the fever or the seizure? But we have had temperature that she's really struggled to... Hello? Elin? Hi. Are you with me? Dunas. You keep asking me to do videos with seizures, which is kind of difficult, but what's happening right now is a seizure. It's a very small one, it's a partial focal, she's not completely out of it, but she's not quite there, like I can't describe it. Elin! Hi! Hello? Am I getting responses? I feel that you are very tense, and I feel that you're not quite responsive. Hi? Dunas? Are you here? Are you with me? Can I get an answer? Can I get an answer? She's like, no, I don't want to be vlogging. This is why Elin's seizures are so hard. Like, you can probably rewind that part of the vlog and look at it again and again and again and go, that doesn't look like a seizure. And I'm like, yeah, I know, because they never do. I completely lost track of where I was. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's Friday today. We've not been in for that long. She is still having a high temperature and she is still having weird episodes that I would call seizures. I suppose that's where we're at. Yesterday afternoon, the doctor came in and said, we've had the lab results from her MPA. MPA is where we suctioned her nose and we've sent what we got out off to the labs. So it's basically cultures on a snot. Elin has RSV virus. She has human enterovirus and she has rhinovirus. So she has 3 viruses. Now, these are common seasonal cold viruses. If you have a cold in autumn and winter, you probably have one or more of these viruses. It is also very, very common that they come together. And for the vast majority of people, you feel like crap for a few days. But it's not bad. Elin is, as we know, she does not respond normally to being sick. And in her case, having all 3 viruses on top of each other is a little bit too much of a triple whammy, and she's not doing well. Our main concerns with all of this is that we are struggling to keep her temperature down. So she is actually sitting next to me wearing nothing but her pad and a dribble towel. And I'm sort of rather careful with the camera angle here because obviously I want to keep some form of decency for her. And we have a fan on, and I have closed the window in order to be able to vlog because Storm Amy is upon us. That Amy. And it's very windy outside, and the way that the hospital is built and where our room is, it basically means that we get every time it blows. The wind is just slapping against the side of the wall here. Her hands are cold and her feet are cold, but her core temperature is still very close to 38 degrees, even though she's having intravenous paracetamol. She also doesn't want to be vlogging. She wants to listen to music or an audiobook and snuggle up and just take it easy. We have started a fluid trial. I'm trying to say trial or challenge, and I said both of them together, so it became tralala. Tralala. A fluid trial. So I am giving her some Diarrhelite. Currently she is on 20 mils of Diarrhelite an hour, which is 25% of her fluid maintenance. So a quarter of her fluid maintenance if we look at it over 24 hours. So over 24 hours she needs just under 1,700 mils of fluid as her minimum maintenance. And she is still connected to IV drip. Da-da-da! Yes, that's your IV drip. Yeah, you give that the side eye. Go right ahead, girl. And they're running the IV on 75%. One issue we always have with this is I cannot seem to get the doctors to understand that Elin is never, ever on 24-hour feeding or 24-hour fluids. And that's what they want to do here in hospital. They're like, okay, so you can give her 70 mils an hour for 24 hours. And I'm like, no, I can't. But why not? Well, because Elin is a vomiter and she is known to aspirate, and therefore she never, ever, ever has feeds or fluids while she's sleeping, because it is downright dangerous. And they seem to understand it, like, in a way. They're like, okay, no, yeah, that sounds absolutely reasonable. But when it comes to calculating how much she should have on her IV drip versus how much I'm giving her, it's 24 hours or nothing. They cannot calculate 14 hours of fluid maintenance and 10 hours off. It's like, no, we can't do this. We do not understand this. It doesn't, the math doesn't math. I'm getting fed up, to be perfectly honest, and I should have remembered this when the doctors were in the room earlier. I have now, since I came in on Wednesday afternoon, I have been saying the word nebulizer. And every single doctor has gone, yeah, that's probably a good idea. Yeah, let's prescribe a nebulizer. Has she had a nebulizer? No! She's not had a damn nebulizer. When is the nebulizer coming? Oh, but yes, but her nose is blocked. I'm having to suction snot out of her nose on an hourly basis to keep her breathing. Oh, her SATs are fine. Yes, because I keep sucking the cement out of her nose. She has rattling in her upper airways. Oh, but her SATs are fine. Yes, but still, let's just give her a nebulizer to keep these things churning through. Yeah, it sounds like a great idea. Where is the nebulizer? The next big thing we're on to now is that Elin hasn't had a bowel movement since Tuesday. Can we give Cosmocol? I am not giving Cosmocol to a child who's a vomiting risk right now, because Cosmocol has to be diluted in 65 mils of water. So that's a big volume we'll be giving her just in one shot on a completely empty stomach, and she's not overly fond of Cosmocol anyway. It very often triggers her throwing up. Can we do a mild suppository? Yeah, actually, that sounds like a good idea. Let's do a mild suppository. We've talked about that since yesterday afternoon. So where is the suppository? I have said, ever since she came in, I have said clobazam, which is one of her rescue medicines, should be given morning and night for a minimum of 3 days, so we don't go back down into seizures. Let's keep clobazam in day and night for a minimum of 3 days, just so that we stop the spiral. It's down as PRN, which means give if needed. Paracetamol. We are struggling to maintain her temperature. It keeps spiking. We don't get it down below 37.5. Paracetamol should be just given every 6 hours via intravenous. And it's still down as PRN, and I've now had 3 doctors saying, yeah, we should have it regularly. I'll change it. It's my usual frustrations. I get frustrated. I do, and to be perfectly honest, I feel like Elin's dad is not really helping either, so we're swapping over every 24 hours and he just wants to get home, and I fully understand that, but we don't ignore Elin's medical needs because we want to go home. Elin has 3 viruses, she is very sensitive. We know that if we go too quick, too much, too fast with getting her to tolerate fluids, we're going to set her back. So just take it easy, give her all the medicines, like all of them. She's on antibiotics. She doesn't have a bacterial infection. She only has viruses. We all know that doctors always say we're not giving antibiotics for viruses because they don't help, but we're still giving her IV antibiotics because Elin is a fragile child and we don't want any of this to develop into a secondary infection. With the amount of snot and phlegm and coughing that she has at the moment, pneumonia is a very real risk. With the fact that she has a portacath where we cannulate her, so she has a line in here and it goes directly into her central veins, she is at risk of a central line infection. So the antibiotics are preventative. They're not treatment, they're prevention right now, because she is at such risk of a secondary infection. And it's the same for me with the clobazam and with the paracetamol. We have them, we use them, because if not, will slow down her recovery and will cause risks of further complications. I did not mean for this to become a ranty vlog, Elin. I really didn't. No. These 3 viruses are incredibly infectious, and as you can probably hear, I have caught it, whatever it is. I mean, I can't say I've caught all 3, but I'm having a cold. I have a scratchy throat, I have a stuffy nose, I have a massive headache, and I'm just tired, and I'm just done. And of course, you don't sleep very well when you sleep in hospital, so ugh. I'm not feeling 100%, which is why we've got coffee. Mummy jet fuel. How to stay well in hospital. Caffeinate until you can't feel anything. So anyway, that's our little quick update. We will be back next week with our normal scheduled content, which is hip dysplasia part 2. So the last vlog that I posted before this one was hip dysplasia part 1, which was a very weird and random rambling vlog while I was in the woods with the girls after we had been for Elin's hip appointment. And the next vlog that's coming out is going to be a much more in-depth explaining everything to do with hip dysplasia and what can be expected and what's going to happen and why it happens and all of those things. So that one's coming next, but we interrupted our normal program with a quick little, hopefully live update on why we are in hospital again and what's happening. And I think I need to stop vlogging and put on either some music or an audiobook. Elin, are you going to talk to me? Do you want music? Do you want Rivers of London? She's not talking to me. Getting no responses here. All right. Thanks, everybody. Elin, we're going to say thanks for watching. Subscribe, and we'll see you in our next vlog. Bye.